All right. The NANOG 70 Hackathon is the second hackathon that NANOG has done, and the second that we've had Facebook as both a sponsor and a technical contributor. Some of the highlights were that we had 80 attendees registered. We filled the room at about 60 attendees. So that was a pretty much better attendance the first time. We had about 40 attendees. We had a virtualized infrastructure this time instead of servers that were physically in the room and providing that virtualized infrastructure. So it was this time provided in the cloud, and Facebook set that up for us. Chris Woodfield of the program committee came up with base configs for that lab, and those were provided to the team. And with that, we gave them the challenge of hacking on peering automation. Tutorial.
Sure, yeah, so the tutorial kicked off in the morning around 9 a.m. Brandon Bennett from Facebook did that. We walked through essentially how you would start by going to PeeringDB and interacting with that, pulling some data down, and maybe generating some configurations. So thank you very much for that, Brandon. Maybe a round of applause for him for putting that together. Thank you.
And then at the end of the day, we gave all the groups 3 minutes to present their prototype and voted on the best hacks. This afternoon, the winner of the hackathon voting will be presenting their hack, and we'll announce the winners in just a minute. And then tomorrow, just after lunch, the first and second runner-up will be presenting.
So like Sean said, there was around 55, 60 participants in the hackathon, which was pretty awesome, almost twice as last time in Chicago. We kind of had 6 main, I guess, hacks that were put together. Maintenance notification was kind of 2 separate ones, and the polite group, which was very polite, the policy tool for engineers, that was broken into 4 different kind of subgroups, and then they all came together and put their things together at the end. So traffic shifters we had where they were shifting traffic between devices so you could kind of upgrade them without doing anything, just all automated. Maintenance notifications, I'm not sure if you know the work that Eric's been trying to push, getting standardized maintenance notifications between vendors, so there's some more work in progress there, including some Go libraries to expand that beyond Python. The BMP controller was a way to kind of read in BGP routes and then programmatically allow those routes into fib to allow us to use lower fib boxes. The policy tool for engineers kind of scraped information from like maybe RIDB or ARIN or RIPE to look for route updates and then generate policy and push those out to devices kind of as a changelog, I suppose. And they got that working for Juniper and Arista in the virtual environment. IXMON was an idea put together to kind of, I guess, look at latency of peers, maybe across a peering exchange, and try to make better decisions on where we want to send traffic based on that. And peering validations was pulling in information from like PeeringDB and other sources to make sure that any peer configurations we have were up to date and working properly with those peers to kind of automate that. So with those 6 groups, after the hackathon was done, we kind of had a vote inside, and everybody that participated got to vote. And with that, our winner for this was the polite group, very polite again. So a round of applause for them. You'll hear from them around, I think, 2:30 this afternoon, 2:45. They'll present for a few minutes about what they did. And then tomorrow you'll be hearing from our first and second runner-up, so the BMP controller and the IXMON teams. Again, one more round of applause for them. Thank you. So on Tuesday, you'll hear from them. And then, do you want to talk about 71?
Yeah, so we're planning another hackathon at NANOG 71. That's obviously in San Jose in October. We'll be releasing the exact schedule with the dates, times, and some information about the format at the same time as we announce registration and the call for presentations for NANOG 71. So we're hoping to get that out sooner so you can make your travel plans and join us. Beginners, experienced coders, people that want to try something new are all welcome. It's about participating, experimenting, learning something new. So we'd really like you to consider that. We're going to keep trying to do this as a regular feature, at least 1 or 2 times a year. And I especially thank TJ and Facebook for helping us put on this second NANOG 70 hackathon.
Cool. Yeah, and like Sean said, like it's really about coming and having fun. Seeing what you can actually get done in a 6 or 7 or 8 hour period, it's kind of amazing what you can get done. And come with all kinds of different experience. If you don't know what you're doing with coding or scripting, we can try to teach you. If you do know what you're doing, you can participate and help others. It's all about our community as a whole growing and getting better. Even if what we build gets thrown away, or if we continue building on it next hackathons, it's all about coming together and just learning and growing.
And as I mentioned, we have the daily survey for the program. There will be a section about this hackathon recap with a box for comments. So if you have any ideas for tutorials or content that we might present to some of the audience, obviously we want to set aside as much of the day for hacking on new ideas, but we are interested in ideas for tutorials, and we're throwing around some ideas for the challenge. But if you want to propose a challenge for the next hackathon, use the survey to send that to us, and we'll consider it.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody that participated in the hackathon. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see everybody there next time. Thank you.